Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is the Northman. So a little bonus reaction here. This is just released on streaming today, so I wanted to get it up as soon as possible. I've already done one Robert Edgers film, which was The Lighthouse, so I'm expecting this to be kind of abstract again, but I have heard this is a bit more action focused, kind of like a bit more masculine. I know it's like Vikings, so there's a lot of fighting and violence, but I'm also expecting, his kind of more abstract take on things as well. These kind of references to mythology, because that happened a lot in The Lighthouse. There was like references to Prometheus and references to Icarus a bit, so I'm expecting there to be some depth here as well. Now, I'm not too well versed in like Norse mythology, because I know this is Vikings, so it's going to delve into Norse mythology like Thor and Odin. I know a little bit, but it's kind of surface level, so I don't know, some of this might just go over my head. I know like Thor, Odin, Loki, obviously, Valhalla, Hell, is it the tree with the snake and the wolf, but I don't know like the terminology of stuff, so there might be some stuff that goes over my head here, but hopefully I can catch on to things quick. I've seen barely anything about this movie. All I know is that it's Vikings. I haven't seen a trailer. I've seen like the poster. I know Alexander Skarsgård's in it and Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, but I'm not 100% sure on the rest of the cast. Willem Dafoe as well, because he's worked with Robert before, but that's about it. I'm not like, my knowledge of like the actual story, I'm going basically blind. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find early access to upcoming videos 1 week ahead. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and a full-length timer-based version of this where you can watch along with your own footage. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
Hear me, Odin, all-father of the gods. Summon the shadows of ages past.
Yeah, really foreboding start as volcano and this voice. That's cool. I thought it was like a miniature at first, but it's not an actual town. Was it CGI maybe, or was it an actual town?
Odin brought him home.
Was he brought home because of this thing we saw at the start? Them asking to bring him from the gates of hell because he's destined for Valhalla, which I'm guessing is Valhalla, like their equivalent of heaven. And it's Ethan Hawke, yeah. Oh, they've got some women as slaves. Not gonna shy away from all of the raping and pillaging.
You have grown too old to be greeted as a child. A father never grows too old for a good smothering. I've missed you, my son.
No, because at the start, that speech at the start, they mentioned the prince, right?
Accept my cup, kinsman.
Look how the Queen's cup grows wet for more men than her king.
Here's Willem Dafoe.
The enemy has a taste of my liver.
Oh yeah, so he got damaged in battle.
For Emleth to be marked my successor,
So he might be on his way out soon.
he must be awoken to what awaits him.
Yeah, if he's to become king so young, he needs...
He had to kill his uncle first.
He's not gonna have to kill his uncle, is he? Yeah, he's way too young and too innocent. He hasn't seen how cruel the world really is.
I must die by the sword.
Ah, he wants to die with honor. Yeah, isn't it? If you die in honor in battle, you go to Valhalla, right? Oh, dips in blood. Whose blood is that? Yeah, definitely something mystical going on here. They're gonna like curse him or bless him or something. Why are they doing this? All fours making like animal noises.
The warrior maidens will carry you to the shimmering gates of Valhalla
So they call it Valhalla, not Valhalla.
that wish to become men.
Is that just like a translation thing or something? There's a difference.
Or seek the secrets of women, but heed them always.
It is women that know the mysteries of men.
This is reminding me a lot of the Green Knight at the moment,
You must avenge me or forever live in...
This is kind of like his initiation into king. Oh, what? It's a really cool sequence, really trippy.
This is the last tear you will shed in weakness. It will be given back when most you need it.
Yeah, this is like his coming of age, him going into manhood, right?
And in our blood, behold, the tree of kings.
Something to do with the blood. He's not gonna have to put his hand into the wound, is he? Oh. Are these the former kings? This is like the family tree. Then he's next. He's the next branch. Ooh. Yeah, there's not much he can do. Like he's just become a man, but now is he gonna lose his dad in battle? And now he's king. Who was this though? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's his uncle, giving me kind of like Lion King comparisons if that's the case. Yeah.
Strike, brother. Strike.
He's accepted it.
Let this misdeed haunt your living nights.
Yeah, he's like cursing him before he dies.
Strike! To Valhalla!
So I've seen that Alexander Skarsgård is in this as well. Is there going to be a flash forward, just like Lion King and Amleth is who Alexander Skarsgård is?
Bring me the boy's head!
Oh, they're going after his head as well, yeah. Now he's got nowhere to go. We'll just have to run off. Oh no, they did actually catch him.
I make it slow.
Oh, what did he do there? Right in his eye, or was it his nose? I couldn't tell. But is that his first kill as well? The red there is great. Look how vibrant that is. That's not great for his camouflage, but it's gorgeous. How saturated it is in comparison to everything else. Again, reminds me of the Green Knight, the kind of bright yellow that he wears in contrast to everything else. He just murdered loads of people. Oh yeah, he just took that guy's nose off.
That's in the sea!
Oh, he's claiming that he threw him in the sea. Amleth's design reminds me a bit of the main character from Vinland Saga. That's something I really want to see as well. Another Viking-based thing.
I will avenge you, father! I will save you, mother! I will kill you, Fiona!
Yeah, so they all presume he's dead and he's eventually going to have to return to avenge his dad and kill Fjolnir. It doesn't actually say how many years, it says years later. That's cool. So now that he's run off, he can't live like a prince, can he? He's gonna have to go through some hardship. Oh yeah, he's still got the necklace. This is almost like what he was doing before when he was like coming into manhood, when he pretended to be a dog or something, and he's like wearing a hide of a wolf. Oh, that was great. What a catch and throw. So what's this? He's just got like this little group of people and they're climbing up. Okay. Are they just kind of like this group of barbarians attacking wherever they can? These guys, these like shirtless guys with axes and swords are taking out these like fully armed soldiers. And then they've got the gates open and people with horses can come running in. So the night before, that was just like them pumping themselves up for today. Oh wow, just a bit bite out his neck. And taking the baby.
Hey, Bjorn Ulfer, we did good.
So he's got a different name now.
I want strong ones, not weak ones!
So are they just like recruiting more people, finding all of the strong men that are here? But like, how can he not see himself in this kid, you know? Oh, they just put all the kids in there and they're gonna burn them?
Play with
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure on what their kind of goal here was attacking this village. Because there was someone saying 2 weaker, I want stronger ones. And of course, they're bringing in the women. But it seems like Amleth might have a bit of a conscience here. He seemed to be a bit disgusted at that. It might just be he's forced to join this group or be killed, you know?
Prince had turned from his fate.
She knows who he is.
Remember the oath to right the wrong.
Yeah, he still needs to fulfill his destiny, avenge his father, assume the throne after he kills his uncle.
Burning lake, bursting from a black mountain's peak.
There, I will drown my father.
It sounds like a volcano, a fiery lake on top of a black mountain.
Fated sword that matches your brutal rage.
Oh, he needs to find a sword, okay.
Another will begin her journey.
So he needs to go and find a sword and then he'll fight his uncle on this volcano and that's where he'll get his vengeance. And there was something about a maiden as well, also starting her journey. We never found out what happened to his mother. Could he potentially have a sister? Because I know Anya Taylor-Joy is in this as well. Fjolnir hasn't taken his mum as his wife now.
Fjolnir killed his brother for nothing. Now he's a sheep farmer.
So Fjolnir has lost the kingdom. And Fjolnir has a son. Oh yeah, because his dad was called the Raven something, right? Is that Anya Taylor-Joy there? Yeah, that looks like her. Is she the maiden that the witch was talking of?
You wish to be a slave. Show the shepherd you are a sheep.
I'll show the shepherd his death.
Yeah, he's here to infiltrate. So was Northman like the name of his like kind of group or like that kind of role? I guess this would be the perfect opportunity to take out the people stealing them away, but you kind of need them to steady the ship, I guess. Oh, that's the sword he's destined to, and there's the volcano. So he's seeing a bit of a future. Is she to be his eventual wife?
Father, I will save you, mother.
Look at this green and blue. Is this the Northern Lights? Oh, he's like seeing a vision of the tree. Oh, it's him from before. So are these Fjolnir's people that are kidnapping this group of slaves then? But Fjolnir doesn't have a kingdom anymore. They just said he's a farmer, right? Or does he still have some like loyalty from this guy and a few others, even though he's not as grand as he once was?
The traitor who stole my kingdom fled here when another king took it from him.
Yeah, because even if he kills Fjolnir, he won't get his kingdom back.
For the latter, the least you can do is show your slaves you're as strong as they are.
Yeah, because if your slaves see you as weak, they can see that they can overthrow you.
Go fetch us some whey. Think on what I said.
Where's the rest of them? Get on your feet! On your feet! On your...
So that's why he threw away his necklace before, because that would identify him as Amleth, wouldn't it?
Sell all of them.
Oh, he's just gonna sell them. Trying to show his strength. So they'll keep him. Got no illness, got a full set of teeth. I bet he did a thing. We've seen this guy, he's not great in battle anyway. He's like compensating a bit.
But if you're as untrustworthy as a wolf, I swear I'll put you down myself.
Yeah, he just kind of needs to put up with the abuse for a bit.
The rest can go.
So Olga's being let go as well.
And one for the laundry.
Move.
And 2 meals for the harvest.
Fine.
Oh yeah, so they keep Olga for the kitchen and laundry.
And her, too.
Or just because she's pretty.
Keep her arms white.
He kept the pendant from the necklace, but threw away the rest. Okay, as a reminder. The thing is, he can't take out Fjolnir now because he knows he's destined to fight him at the volcano and with that one sword, right?
I will save you, mother.
Remembering his oath. That wasn't his mother there, was it? Not really sure where his mother would be at the moment. Showing the ancestral tree again.
You! Get on with it. On with you now.
Yeah. Okay, so it is his mum.
If you lose me, will you come and look for me too? Will you?
He's not going to promise that. Yeah, they want to keep her clean and away from the manual labour and stuff. So he's just escaping every night. Is it guiding him somewhere? Who is in here? Oh, this is the guy he saw in his vision, right? He saw this guy, he saw the sword, and he saw the volcano. Is this guy going to give him the sword? I didn't quite catch how he was going to retrieve the sword.
An old fool.
Oh, that's Willem Dafoe's guy, right? Willem Dafoe's character.
He speaks of days past and days yet to come. Fjölnir cut out his tongue.
But he still speaks through death.
But I made him once anew.
Wake now from your murder.
Can they like summon him a bit? That's what it sounds like he was doing. Wake from your murder. Is he gonna start speaking?
Like a dragon's fang, its bite can never be dull.
Oh, I just got chills.
Its blade could only be quenched in human blood.
In blood, quenched in blood.
It is a battle flame, like none other.
Definitely gonna get some of these pronunciations wrong, because the subtitles, Joyla, was that right? It sounded like he didn't pronounce the D though. But he didn't give any info on where to find it.
For it can only be unsheathed in the dark of night.
Okay, so you can only use it at night.
I will enjoy feeding Droigur till then in everlasting.
Droigur.
And shall you also enjoy the moment when you must choose between kindness for your kin, hate for your enemies? My heart knows only revenge.
Does he have to learn kindness eventually if he's going to get his kingdom back? But he can only do all of this at night, can't he? Yeah, he can't just go on a mission for this sword because he needs to be there in the day to pretend to be a slave. Is this it here? Okay, so he found it pretty easy. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. He's going to have to fight this guy to earn it. Yeah, he doesn't really have much he can use here. He's picking up scraps, whatever's left on the floor. But we've seen that he is quite a warrior, isn't he? He was fighting shirtless against the others. Oh yeah, he can't go into the light. Oh, what? Was that just a vision he had? It was like a mental battle in his imagination. And there's the actual sword. Oh, look at the edges. It looked like it was almost rippling. I don't know if that was just like serrated edges or if it was like an effect on the sword.
It was foretold that I would slay my father's killer in a burning lake. Till that day comes, I will torment the man who made my life a hell.
So we'll just mess with him for a bit, torment him for a bit.
Now I've found the cold iron that will strike him down.
When will you do it?
When I must. For now I will haunt this farm like a hungry corpse returned from the grave.
In the night he could like kill some livestock and make them more desperate. There's quite a few things he can do to like torment them, right?
I ask you, do you know how to fight?
Is there like a little tournament or something that they're doing? Oh, is it just a game? It's not like an actual fight. It's just like, it looks almost like hockey, like they're whacking the ball with these sticks. So it's not like a fight to the death, but they're still fighting in this game. Or is it just get this ball to the pole, whack it against the pole? You should be good at this. I will have lost a team member. Lose a team member every time you lose a point? There you go. He's got to put his skill to use, but he doesn't want to be too good, you know, and give himself away. Ooh. Oh, that proper knocked a few teeth out, didn't it? There we go. Oh, he's got some accuracy, that guy. He's got a bit of a rival to take down with this big guy now. Oh, it's just those two one-on-one. Get under him, use his strength against him. See, he was trying to get low there. Oh, the boy's joining in. Oh, he'll protect the prince and earn respect. Yeah, never touch the prince again. That can't have killed him.
Did we win?
Okay. Are there going to be any repercussions for him? Did he kill that bigger guy who touched the prince? Are there going to be any repercussions for that? Or any praise for that? For protecting him?
You showed yourself brave and loyal.
Yeah, he showed his loyalty.
As a reward for winning us the game, I'll let you choose a woman for yourself.
So he can choose Olga as his woman, and then does that mean she won't be subject to whatever the king wants to do with her?
A low-born slave cannot escape him.
So he'll still never be free, but he's ranked up a bit. You know, when they said you can choose a woman, was that like just for a night, or was that a lot more longer term thing that they meant? Oh, this is exactly what he saw in his vision. It was her wearing this headpiece as well. Oh, but someone's there with her.
Were you lost?
Only if you were searching for me.
Tomorrow night, you and I will begin this nightmare and bring Fjolnir's life to chaos.
And because he's got more privileges, he can toy with him a bit more.
You're not. You're the first of many.
Kill two of his men.
Up in hell!
Oh wow, he really made a show of it.
Regain your calm.
He must regain his dignity. He needs to deal with it properly. Can he convince them that they're like cursed somehow and there's a bunch of things happening in the night?
These wounds are not of our world.
Yeah. So they think it's a curse. Because the sword is so magical, right? It's weightless when he uses it, and it's got a few magical abilities, so you can disguise it as something magical that's been doing all of this. And because he's higher up now, he can hide it a bit, blame it on another slave or something.
This offering to your mistress, and sheath your rageful corpse hound.
So they're making an offering to try and quell this curse that they think there is.
Down, Raki! Raki!
And this is all very ominous for them. He's causing them all to bark. They've had to kill their own dog. Oh, this is cool. It looks almost black and white, only lit by the orange of the flame. Oh, and he did that to save her. And now she believes she was carried out of here by some ghost.
Tonight, you will be armed to defend the farm, for this is also your home.
Okay, they need to defend it. Has he been poisoned? Something's happening to him. They're gonna see him just going crazy, swinging his sword around madly. Oh, they just did it to all the food.
The night spirits have entered their skins and are riding their minds.
Yeah. Oh no, this guy without his nose. Will something happen when Amleth is revealed? Because he was the one who was supposed to kill Amleth, right? And he was the one who lied and said that he had. Will Fjolnir do something to him when he finds out? I'm hoping that the guy without the nose, he does find out that it is Amleth before he dies.
I am your son.
What a great reveal.
I am come to avenge King Arvandil.
I never mourned him,
You are his queen.
because I bore him a son.
She was the only one that could bear a son.
He was a coward, feigning to be a king. He was nothing. He was just another proud, lust-stained slaver.
Hold your tongue!
Yeah, the perfect image he has of his father is breaking down.
Your uncle loved me, though he knew well my past.
Yeah, it comes as a shock to him.
Even now, you believe the fairy tale I told you is true.
But now she could tell the uncle.
I never began as his bride.
She began as a slave.
You were forced upon your mother. Gunnar was received freely with love.
Does she love Gunnar more than him?
On my knees for Fjolnir to kill King Arvin.
Yeah, it was all planned by her.
And so this day would never come. Fjolnir ordered your death along with your own mother's blessing.
She asked for him to be killed so this wouldn't happen.
I should kill you.
But you love me.
Yeah, he can't do it, but she might tell Fjolnir. Was that Fjolnir or Thorir? He just needed to kill someone.
I must take to the hills.
He's going to run away, yeah.
They cannot know you're part of this.
Yeah, he needs to protect her. Is this one like clearly a stab wound though? Do they still think this is part of this curse, all of these spirits that they think there is?
His heart is taken, his heart!
He took his heart as well, wow.
Be a man in front of your inferiors.
Yeah, he can't show weakness in front of his slaves.
We rid ourselves of him as a boy.
You must believe me. He is here. And he will not rest till you lie cold in the ground and our own Gunnar lies slain beside you.
Yeah, he has to protect Gunnar.
Discover my son and kill him with your own hands. Find the slaves who ally with him.
Yeah, kill the ones that were working with him. But she's kind of forcing him to go into a one-on-one battle with him. Is she gonna give him up?
Fjolnir! Let her alone!
Oh, he's returned.
I am Amlet the Bear Wolf, son of King Arvan the War Raven.
Oh, here we go.
I'm his vengeance!
Yeah, I just got chills. That was great. The reveal finally. But this isn't the place for the battle to happen. It needs to happen at the volcano. And he can't use his sword right now, can he? Because it's daytime. You can see the volcano there in the background. Now this is her opportunity to run and escape.
Evil begets evil.
How do you know it's your son's heart, not the heart of a rabid dog killed 2 nights ago?
Oh, yeah. So they have to keep him alive so they can find the heart.
I will come back for your heart. And your mother and I will eat it.
Or maybe he could cast doubt in his mind about the mother. Oh yeah, he can't unsheath it. I thought he could have said something about his mother there to make him think, how do you know she's not working with me, you know? Oh, and the raven's back again to guide him. Are they going to short the rope and let him down? And they left his sword right in here with him. Oh, they're gonna send him off to sea. This is Fjorin's funeral. But can they have a funeral for him without his heart, you know? Would you consider that a full funeral if he doesn't have his heart in his body? I don't know. What have they done to his nose there? I wonder why they do that. Is this lady like staying on the boat with his body when it's going to be burned like that? Oh, so he killed the horse. You can see how much rage the gunner is filled with there. Oh, again, horse's blood. And they killed some people that were standing on the boat as well.
My hour of grief has passed.
Now it's vengeance.
Of wrath-kindled revenge is upon us!
I can't wait for this final fight. This is going to be great, isn't it? On top of a volcano as well. And it's the Ravens, so they know it's he knows it's his brother. Did he mention to Fjolnir that the final battle would be on the volcano, so Fjolnir knows that maybe he's going there? Who is this? Someone's taking him away. On a Pegasus, a flying horse? Is this a Valkyrie? I don't know, would you call it a Pegasus because it was flying, but it didn't look like it had wings. I don't know if Pegasus are from Norse mythology or if they're from a different one.
I am no Valkyrie. The dreams of your afterlife must wait.
Yeah, he hasn't fulfilled his destiny yet.
My fate brought me to Iceland to carry out my pledge of vengeance. But my fate did not ready me for finding you.
Yes, also brought him to her.
I have never felt close to another person.
Finally opening up a bit. But that might be bad if he cares for someone and they get a hold of her. His fate was to free his mother. But could it mean free in a different sense? Like free her from this life or something like that, you know?
Yet I cannot truly believe that you have extinguished your fire for vengeance. Let us find our future.
He has to choose between hate or love a bit there. We're not seeing there's a potential child on the way, she's pregnant. Well, there's 2 children on the way.
While Fjolnir lives, our children will never be safe.
Yeah, so that means he has to go back and kill Fjolnir.
There is now a living thread that binds us.
I was a fool. I wish to flee with you from my fate.
Yeah, you can't run from your fate.
I choose both.
Yeah, get his vengeance and then return and be kind to his kin.
We cannot escape our fate.
No!
Yeah, don't know if he's swimming to his doom now. He's gonna have these kids, but he might not be there for them. There's a long swim as well, fully clothed, with clothes dragging him down. Oh, the volcano's erupting as well. What's he gonna do though? Can he convince him to like, come join me at the volcano? It does mean there is a time limit on this final fight as well, because the sword won't be any good in the day. Yeah, what is this guy's reaction?
The cub you once hunted ate of your nod. Now the wolf is grown. He hungers for the rest.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, he can't kill his own mother though. And he vowed never to kill a woman. Oh, she thanked him. What, just for stabbing her in the heart and making it quick, or for anything else? Did he kill Gunnar as well? It's like what he promised not to do, kill his mother and kill his brother, and he's done it. Is he gonna even want to fight on now? It feels like we're slowly seeing Amleth become the villain.
And there he will die. By the hand that kills your father.
It's like his father was actually manipulating him. He wasn't a nice guy. You know, it's almost like his mum loved Fjolnir more. Fjolnir was a better man, but he's so guided by this fate that he had.
Slain by iron. We shall all meet again in the stronghold of the Allfather.
He has to come to terms with his own actions. Did Fjolnir place him there as like a little psychological trick? He just seems almost defeated at this point.
My blood will live on. Valhalla awaits.
I don't know if he'd get into Valhalla now, killing a child. Yeah, I thought I saw him sitting there. Hey, what imagery, fighting at a volcano. Are they both naked as well? I mean, their clothes probably would have burnt off by now. Is one of them gonna end up in the lava? It feels like that's what's gonna happen, right? You can't have a fight at a volcano and not have someone in the lava. I feel like even if you survive, you might just die from the heat, you know? Oh, he's right by it. But he's dropped his shield. Ooh. Ooh, right in his arm. Can he fight on? Oh, he's still fighting on. Oh, wow. I thought that Amleth might have lost there. Oh no, he's been stabbed through. They both lost. Both dead. I feel like even if Fjolnir won, he still would have ended his own life. What else does he have to live for now? This feels like the only outcome, both of them dying.
The thread that binds us can never break.
He's just got two babies there. Will he be accepted into Valhalla? I'm not exactly sure how Valhalla works. Is Valhalla just dying in battle? Or is it you have to be noble and worth it? Okay, so that was the Northman. That was really great. It uses this storytelling trope that's really great. The kind of exiled, presumed dead prince returning to his kingdom to regain the throne, just like The Lion King and Black Panther, kind of. The moment when it's revealed that they are actually the prince and they are still alive, that's always so good. That was great here as well. But this puts a really interesting twist on it because Amleth kind of becomes the villain of his own story here. You know, his fate was to get vengeance, to free his mother and to regain his kingdom, but all he really gets is one of those. He doesn't free his mother because he kills his mother himself. He doesn't regain his kingdom because there's no kingdom to regain that was taken over by someone else. All he has is the vengeance and killing his uncle who killed his father. So it doesn't feel like there's any satisfying gain he gets here. He doesn't actually gain anything from this journey, does he? Maybe he gets the satisfaction of the killing, of the vengeance, but that's it. He could have chose to stay and been with his now wife and kids and just developed a family. Of course, they could have been in danger if they were ever found, but that's kind of consequence of his own action. It's because he killed all these people that Fjolnir would have come for vengeance. It's all about the cycle of violence, the cycle of vengeance. He kills someone, they get vengeance on him. Someone related to him gets vengeance on them, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth. You know, it seemed like Gunnar was filled with rage, so if Gunnar had survived somehow, eventually one day he would grow up just like Amleth and come for vengeance. And I think it was a great moment when we find out that the mother, she was the one who kind of orchestrated some of this. She wasn't actually in love with his father. She was just the one who could bear him a son, and the father put up with her. I'm assuming she was like a slave before because she had some like branding on her, and that kind of tears down the walls, this kind of grand image of his father that he had, that gets teared down a bit. And we see that his mother, she loved Fjolnir more. She had a son that was actually a son born out of love. He had lost his kingdom, but he seemed actually kind of like a nicer person. Of course, he still owned slaves, so it's a bit iffy there, but kind of by the standards of the time, he was just living on this farm. He had a few slaves, but he had his men. And he actually loved his wife. She wasn't there against her will, and he had freed her from his brother. And then he had had kids and was just like living this life on this farm. So it is almost like he was a bit of a nicer person. And then all of this rage, it only comes from Amleth killing and tormenting him. I think potentially Fjolnir was a better person than Amleth's father, but of course this could still be his mother manipulating him. You know, she says all of this, but it could have been a bit of a manipulation just to get in his head. But it does feel like Amleth is kind of misguided by his own father a bit, and by this fate that he's trying to fulfill. And I understand he like doesn't want to abandon his fate, does he? Like, why would you? That isn't something you want to do. He believes it's his destiny to go get vengeance, free his mother, and regain the kingdom. But that isn't actually his destiny, because it's impossible to regain the kingdom. It's impossible to free his mother, because his mother was actually already free. She was freed from his father. The only thing he could do is get the vengeance. And I feel like both of them dying, Amleth and Fjolnir dying on the volcano, that was probably the best outcome. I feel like if Fjolnir actually won, he probably would have ended his life anyway, because what does he have to live for? Both of his sons and his wife and his kingdom are dead. And then with Amleth, I don't know if towards the end he realized like what he had become. He saw his mother and Gunnar, his half-brother, laying there dead. I feel like that was maybe a psychological trip by Fjolnir to like see, like, look what you've done, this is on you. He was kind of so blinded by his quest for destiny to fulfill his fate that he wasn't realizing what he was actually doing. And then at the end there, we did see him get brought up by Valkyrie to Valhalla, but I'm not sure exactly how the rules of Valhalla work. Is it just dying nobly in battle, or is it you have to be worthy? Is it like a heaven, you have to be pure-hearted? I'm not like 100% how that works, because in Norse mythology is hell, and hell is just kind of the standard afterlife, right? I don't think hell is as dubious as like the Christian hell, right? It's not as much of a punishment, it's just kind of where the afterlife is. And then Valhalla is like this grand, nice worthiness afterlife. I'm not like 100% sure. Can you compare Valhalla and hell to the Christian heaven and hell? I'm not sure on the comparison there, so you'll have to let me know. And I'm not sure if this is like an original story, or if this is kind of a retelling of like some mythology and some story, kind of like how the Green Knight, it was a retelling of this Arthurian legend. But this, I don't know if this is an original story by Robert Eggers, or if it's something that he is kind of retelling. And it could be something that he's retelling through symbolism as well, like how the lighthouse is like the story of Prometheus retold through the lens of this lighthouse and this island. This might be a story that is being retold through this lens of Vikings. It might be a story not even to do with Vikings, or it's just a story being retold like that. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like this is something that could have fallen into being this kind of hyper masculine gore fest, you know, but there is a lot of depth here, especially with the choice between his fate and staying and protecting his kids. And it does feel like the choice that he made, the choice for vengeance, is the wrong choice. Is sending this message that sometimes it's okay to flee, live your life, be with your family. You don't have to get vengeance. I think he had already got enough revenge anyway, you know. There was nothing else for Fjolnir to live with. He had lost his wife, he had lost his kids, he had lost all of his men, all of his slaves were freed. He had nothing left. That was like already enough revenge to get. Sometimes killing is almost helping him. His life would be more stressful if he had allowed him to live, perhaps, you know. And then just with the lighthouse, I really liked there was a few more abstract things that Eggers has done. You know, there's a few montages. There's like the witch telling the prophecies. They're introducing some like fantasy elements as well. There's this story of the sword that was really cool, the sword, but you can only use it at night, putting like limitations on it. The kind of mythology side here was really cool and interesting as well. And the way this was shot, there's a lot of very like symmetrical shots. Some of it reminded me a bit of almost Midsummer. You know, in Midsummer there's like the yellow tent and it's like all very symmetrical. It reminded me a little bit of that. Just the way they're framing the landscapes and like the houses on the landscapes. And of course that final battle was great on the volcano with all of the gorgeous orange lighting them up, you know, and there's the lava there. It just makes for a real epic finale, right? It's almost like a tragic finale. You're expecting, you hear like, oh, it's these two shirtless men fighting it off at the top of a volcano, but actually it's quite a tragic moment, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment, or even subscribing so you keep up to date for all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.